I'm just going to say this. I heard this morning on another podcast that this variant obviously is already sweeping the UK. They're considering having all their citizens in the UK mask up again. Guys, I am begging you. If you stood down in 2020, please stand up in 2023 when this hits our shores. Because if you think you lost freedom last time, it ain't going to be nothing compared to what they're going to do this time. And if we overwhelm these idiots and let them know that we will not do this, and those of us that stood last time don't have to stand alone, then we can beat this.
Yet another genius broadcasting from the fancy studio of her car, because probably the whole rest of her family is very annoyed at what she's saying. But chipmunk-sounding lady really does have it right.
Please stand up in 2023 when this hits our shores.
Because she heard another podcast that they're considering making people mask up in the UK. It's sweeping the country. She says they are already doing it. You can't air quotes the word already because it's actually a word that you mean when you're supposed to use that for sarcasm. But we really should. We should ignore health protocols. We should have such a fragile sense of freedom that putting a piece of cloth that's been used for centuries to prevent germs from hitting people, let that dictate our freedom. And if we are free like this, we are not free like this. We are in tyranny like this. I mean, my God. Let people die by the millions because this is unbearable. It's very hard to do. All masks really did was make less attractive people more attractive. We all know that. We all know people that we had only seen with masks on, and then they took that mask off, and oh boy, that was not what I was expecting. So the only real reason I can think about why you wouldn't want to be masking up is if you want people to be less attractive than they are. But let her say a few more words, shall we?
We can actually beat them at their game this time.
Not a game. It's not a game. It's for public safety. We can debate the efficacy of masks. There's evidence that has come out that does say that maybe they're not as effective as we thought. Maybe we can get better masks. Maybe hopefully we won't need them at all. But the anger in the car, the only thing she's missing is talking about how we should send kids to school without masks and throw some religion in there.
So please don't be a coward this time. Don't mask your kids up. Don't go and not go to the grocery store.
Starve to death, that's better.
Don't send your kids to school with masks on. Don't stop hugging each other. Don't stop going to church. And if your pastor shuts his doors, find a new church. If your pastor finds a way to agree with the narrative, find a new church this time.
Yes, that is very important. When there's a very deadly disease spreading, you have to go and worship in a big group side by side with people. You can't just pray on the side of your bed like people can also do. But you shouldn't. You should definitely congregate as close as you can to people and say hallelujah and spit right near people, and have people push your forehead away. It's smart.
We are living in the end, and they are trying so hard to tear down our country from within.
If we're living in the end, meaning the end times, then why would they try hard to tear down our country? Wouldn't that be a waste of time? Just let things end, and just go to amusement parks and beaches and stuff. So it's always with these people a conflagration of different conspiracy theories all going into one. These are end times, and also they're trying to make sure that we don't have freedom during the end times. That seems like it would be a long-term strategy. And also if it was a long-term strategy, like all of you said, we would have to always wear masks in public. But that didn't happen. If it was a long-term strategy, there would have been vaccine passports to get in anywhere, and that did not happen. For a brief time, they checked vaccination when it was still spreading and killing people to get into certain places as the world opened back up, which is the opposite of closing down. And then when it became less dangerous, look, all the freedoms came right back. But I don't expect that to get into the brains of any people that want to get very angry
in their car in a really high-pitched voice. And let me just tell her one last thing. Christmas time is here again.
It's not, but that was a chipmunk reference. If you enjoy laughing and you like free stand-up comedy, check out my 3 videos I post every week on my Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Ben Gleib. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. We'll see you again soon.